Hey everybody, it is time to talk about my planner setup for 2020 because it is changing. I don't normally like to change my planners at this time of year because I tend to like to fill a whole year up, and I'm an academic planner at heart because of my kids' school schedule. However, I'm doing it this time around. This is my planner stack for 2020, plus I have a few other books that are off to the side that we'll also talk about as I move my way through. As a side note, make sure you subscribe, because if you want to see how these planners look in action every single day next month in January, Plan As You Go will be starting January 1st, so that will be a month long of me using my planners. Recently, I filmed a video talking about how much I hate my bullet journal, and it's a hate thing. I have not touched it in the month of December. I'm waiting for January 1st or December 31st. And I actually have a couple things I'm going to want to add. So there may be a second kind of like 2020 setup part 2 coming soon, just for me to fill in some of this stuff before the month of January starts. I think I am going to go with a year in pixels to track my curly girl method on my hair. I'm not sure yet, but I did get my goals filled in. Well, more on that later. Anyway, so this is going to be to keep track of the small tasks. I am pretty good at project planning. I will be doing a Skillshare class on project planning for procrastinators next month, but this is specifically to keep track of all the little things that have to get done on a daily basis that I have totally screwed up on doing in the last 3 months because I've been so focused on projects. This is a Leuchtturm 1917, and I'm going to be following pretty strictly the Ryder Carroll bullet journal method, at least for the month of January, to see if that can help reset my feelings towards my bullet journal. This should also be no surprise because if you've been watching my channel, but this is my goal planner. This is the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheet. This last year was the first year where I actually used them the entire year and saw some success with that, and I can link that video up above. There's a lot of linking here to give you context. But this is the current 2020 version. They are all filled out. I still need to do my January tending list, so that is coming in another video. But I am excited to use these and have these to track the goals that I am working towards in 2020. I can take stuff out of here and move it into my planners as it needs to be done. Now this is my content planner, and it's called the Content Planner. I have a little deagly bob here I got from Erin Condren just because I thought it was pretty. But this is a monthly content planner to help you track your like social media stuff and everything like that. While I do a lot of my planning in Google Calendar, more on that in a minute, this is something I want to use to try and be more cohesive with the things that I do. I don't know if I'm going to like this or not yet. This may not stick around, but for now I am intending to incorporate it. I want to give it at least Q1, so January, February, March, and by the end of then, when we do a check-in at the end of the quarter, if I am just not loving this, then I can drop it. I'm not worried about that, but I'm going to give it a try. Now, before I bust out the big change to my planning system, I also want to mention the 2 pieces that I'm not showing you here, but I'll throw in a little bit of footage of them, and that is my Google Calendar, which I use for scheduling, appointments, things like that. My Google Calendar is something I share with my family, and it's just the most convenient way to schedule doctor's appointments, to schedule school things, to schedule work things. Like, it's my scheduling tool, basically. So if my planners are for my planning, my Google Calendar is for my scheduling. And then there's also my Kanban board, which I'm using to break up projects into their pieces and keep track of the different projects that I'm working on. And now here is the big change. Here is my 2020 planner. It says 2020. Fun fact, I ordered this when I was on NyQuil. I apologize for the glare from the studio lights. I ordered this when I was on NyQuil. I couldn't even remember what cover I ordered. But I had an epiphany in my shower after I had some NyQuil when I was super sick last week. And that was that I really was wanting to change for my weekly planner. My horizontal planner was the one that I was kind of using to strategize how I was spending my time each week. It was also my outlet for creative planning and all of that. And I just wasn't feeling it at all. And I was eyeballing all these other planners. I wanted to use the Budget Mom planner. I wanted to use the Mossery Twin Book. There was just a bunch of planners. I was really interested in the Moxie Life planner. I was interested in maybe ordering a yellow paper house planner, but none of them were exactly what I wanted for various reasons. And then I realized that the thing that was in common with all of the planners that I was looking at was the vertical layout. So that's what this is. A vertical, neutral, Erin Condren January through December planner. Now, if I stick with this for a whole year, it'll be the first time in forever I've done a January through December layout, but I may just swap this in 6 months. I haven't decided if I want to Franken plan all of my first half of the year in the horizontal into this so that I have an academic year in this planner. If you guys are interested in seeing me try to uncoil my planner and you want me to film that, leave it in the comments below. But this is going to be the planner I'm trying for at least the next 6 months, and it's a vertical one. I've used vertical planners before. I don't know how often I have actually filmed Plan With Me's with them, because I think when I started my Plan With Me's, I was either in the Inkwell Press or I was in the hourly Erin Condren. But the vertical layout was my first Erin Condren layout before they had any other layouts. So I'm excited to give this a try. I know some people don't like that it's one column. I actually really love that. I used to do my lettering in the hourly by turning it this way, and because these aren't separated anymore, I'm not going to have a problem doing that. I don't know. So this is still going to be like my strategic planner where I think about my week as a whole, as well as the planner where I can do most of my creative planning and get that hobby part out of my system. I will also still be continuing monthly meal planning on these pages, and I haven't decided if I want to do anything with these pages or just do that, because I haven't used them in my other planner. But there will be monthly meal planning in here, and there will be my weekly overview in here. So that's the Erin Condren vertical. That's what I'm doing. And the first Plan With Me, the first time I plan in a vertical planner in literal years, is going to be this Sunday, the 29th, question mark? I have a calendar in front of me. Let's check. Yes, this Sunday, December 29th at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm going to be doing my first, this week right here, to take me into Plan As You Go week, and I'm going to be using my New Year's kit from the current Chrissy Design Celebrations collection, and I promised my patron Monchel that the way we're going to fuckery this while it's still going to be usable is that the actual celebration sheet, not the kit, but the sheet that comes in the celebrations binder, I have to use up every single sticker on this spread, on top of getting the week planned out. So New Year, and then this is Plan As You Go, Wednesday the 1st. So that should be interesting. Anyway, I still need to set this planner up, and that will be an upcoming video, although I'm not going to do too much setup. I've decided I wasn't going to keep doing pain tracking on pages like this because it was just getting depressing, so I haven't decided exactly what I want to do yet. There may not be a setup video for this because I may just jump right into the week. I don't know. Anyway, so this is going to be my strategic planner. That's going to be my planner system for entering into 2020. Bullet journal, content planner, Erin Condren, and goal planner, and then my scheduling system with my Google Calendar and the Kanban board for projects. Now, with all of that being said, I still have a couple of other books I want to show you. Now, consider everything in this stack to be a tester. I could have actually thrown the content planner into this tester stack because I am not. The other planners, the bullet journal, the Erin Condren, the Kanban board, the power sheets, the Google Calendar, all of that has either been working for me or I'm anticipating it to work for me for at least 6 months. All of the rest of these things are things I'm going to be giving a try over the next couple of months, so I don't know if they're going to stay or not. Now you may be wondering where my Wellness Happy Planner was in that stack. Well, I stopped using it about 3 months ago because I was just busy with other things, and it just fell off the radar, and I just wasn't loving how big it was. Like, it was just taking up too much space on my desk. And so I decided I'm going to give something else a try in this year, and this is the Stalogy, I don't know how you fucking say it, Stalogy notebook. It's the 365 A5 notebook. Now this is 1 day less than a leap year, but whatever the case may be. The paper is thin, like the Hobonichi paper that I hate, but it's not as thin and it's not as slick, so I think I might be able to live my life with this. It basically has a day per page for a whole year, and it's just a blank grid notebook, and I want to use this like kind of Amy Tangerine style for journaling and memory keeping track of my wellness, all of those things, pictures, all the things. So I'm going to give this one a try. I think it is going to be part of my evening routine. I'm not sure yet though. But I love the cover of it. I like the idea of it. And so that's going to be like specifically for this. We shall see how that goes. Now the second one I found at Michael's, and it was an impulse purchase. But now that I'm starting to work on my morning routine with my book club for the Good Morning Good Life book, this is a sentence a day journal from Kiki K. I know that they make a whole bunch of these, but I love like the cute little chunkiness of this. And what it is the entire year in prompts, just very simple prompts. Who did you last speak to on the phone? If you were taking a road trip tomorrow, where would you go? What are you wearing right now? Like simple prompts that don't require a lot of thought, which is kind of what I was looking for. And it gives you 3 years worth of spots to fill that in. So if you kept up with this for 3 years, you would have 3 different answers for each day. And I think it's super cute. And it's like chunky and adorable, and it was only like $6 when it was on sale, so I'm not worried if I don't stick with it, but this is something I'm gonna give a try in my mornings, I think. Speaking of mornings, this is the Good Morning Good Life planner that I took a look at for the channel. This is the planner that goes along with the book that I read, that I'm reading right now, Good Morning Good Life, which is our book club book, and there's more information about that in the description box. And she said that this works as a workbook for your morning routine, and so that's what I'm going to use this for, is as a way to just keep track of my morning routine. Like, I don't know how much of these pages I'm going to use, but like checking off the 3 morning guidelines and just putting anything down that I need to know, it might work really well as that. So that's what I'm going to give a try for my morning routine, at least in the month of January. And then for morning routines as well, and I know I have a white background and this is a white notebook, so you're not going to see it, but this is the Scribbles That Matter dot grid insert that I bought, and I didn't like the cover, but I was looking for a notebook to use to write my goals down every morning. Just that's all the notebook was for, and then I was like, well, there's this Scribbles That Matter that I bought, I might as well use this thing. So this is going to be for writing my goals down each morning. And then there's 2 other books. One of them actually hasn't arrived yet, and it's a creative journal by Adam Kurtz that's meant to be done 1 page per day. Adam Kurtz is one of my favorite authors as a advice person for creatives. This is his Things Are What You Make of Them. It's a little life advice book where you can tear all of these pages out, and I love this book. He's the author of 1 Page at a Time, which is that daily creative journal that has all sorts of prompts to help you get your creative juices flowing. And rather than something like morning pages or something like that, something with a little bit more guidance, I ordered that to give a try in my morning routine as well. So it's not this book, but that book's not here yet. And then finally, there's this, the Maker's Yearbook. And if you are interested in a review on this, I haven't done one yet, but I can do one to come out in January. I'll be talking more about Plan As You Go in this week's live plan with me, but suffice it to say that there will be a day each week for a pre-recorded video. That's either gonna have reviews of new products or other things as well. And so I have room to review this next month if you're interested. This is very niche. This is specifically for people who are handmade business owners, artists, or makers. And I specifically got, this was one of those things where I got taken in by a Facebook ad. The Facebook ad got me when I was tired and I ordered it, but it's specifically a marketing and planning system for people who have crafty handmade businesses, who are artists or whatever. And so I don't know if I'm going to use this or not, because my Etsy shop is not something that I plan to put all of my effort into in 2020. I want to just open it on, ongoing rollout basis, but I'm curious about it. So I'm thinking about taking the time to go into this, but this is probably the most unknown of my entire 2020 setup. All the rest of these journals and things, I'm going to try them and maybe or maybe not, but this one is the one I'm not sure if I can fit in or not, but I'm intrigued by it, so I do want to spend a little bit of time with it, especially as I'm going through my next round of fuckery flowers in quarter 1. We'll just see. We'll stay tuned. And that is my entire planner setup for the month of 2020 so far. We in the planner community, we always add and take away and add and take away. I would love to hear from you in the comments below what planners you're going to be using in 2020. Enable us. That's what we do here. Sometimes, unless we're talking about consumerism. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.